Okay, hello there viewers, Science Service here, back with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, and we're playing as the Germans. Yes, I decided that the Germans would be the nation we play as, which, I do have one major goal, and that is, in no way are we to ever become the Reich, as in, like, we're not gonna go so badly that we become the Third Reich. That's my goal. If we become the Weimar Constitution, fine, but campaign is over if bad dude with a moustache gets in charge. We are using the dip mod. That is a standard of these runs. Induced boilers is still lighter than everything else, so that's still a thing we use. Balance rudder, hydraulic steering. Harvey steel armor's the best we have right now. Oh no, we're overweight again. Cat. Gun cotton, ballast style for now. Advanced hydro, cool, so a 12, 4. Layout there, and cut the range. Now we do need to sort out our secondary armament, which for this vessel is going to be 4-inch and 3.1-inch guns. Ten, 10 and 4, 2 and 2 there. It's fine. 5 inches casemates. No, we're gonna go 4 inches casemates because we like having our secondary battery be medium for 2 calibers. Many other calibers involved. Okay, so the Scharnhorst is completed. Now with Armoured Cruiser 3 that I'll be doing a ship on, which maximum size we can go is to 12,500. 3.1's in place on the ship here. Now this is the type of ship that just have all uniform secondary batteries. Front tower free, so rear tower free seems the option for rear tower wise. And could I fit another? Yep. Main turret wise, we're going to be running 7-inch. No. Can I fit it on the front? Yeah, we're going to be running 9-inch guns because now steam expansion induced because induced boilers is always lighter. Now can we go to 19? Yes, we can go to 19. Okay, and then many bulkheads. Yeah, the Princess Wilhelm is complete, and I'm just going to quickly sort out something. Let a specific the maddest of admirals know that we're back. We are doing Dreadnoughts again. Okay, I don't normally like using this hull, but this hull is actually a hull the Germans used historically. I think it's something like I saw something similar to this in World of Warships. Okay, similar to this hull that is on in World of Warships, and usually for the earlier era ships, earlier tier ships, World of Warships vessels are ships that were actually built. Now, this vessel, I'm also going to go a more historic route for like protected cruisers, which is a mixed main battery. So like you got your 5-inch main guns, and then you've also got 4-inch other assortment caliber weaponries. But yeah, a 2-inch all belt or 1-inch all deck, 1-inch super, 2-inch conning, no, 1-inch all super, 2 at most and 1 at most. Nothing for those parts. Range finding, enhanced, gun cotton, ballistite. Now we need to then after this go for destroyers. It's a protected cruiser in this era. It doesn't need to be given a any form of double bottom. If it survives long enough into the 20th century, it may receive a double bottom, but for now, don't need it. Don't need it. It's 22 knotter. Okay, 23 is actually the speed that's most manageable for it, so 23 knots. Done. And lastly, we have the Destroyer 1 hull, also known as the Large Torpedo Boat, which as much as I liked the one campaign where I did attempt destroyers more historically to how they were built in the early days with no superimposed guns, I'm running with superimposed guns because I can. Now, you are running a system I've been doing on my destroyers recently where you do not, under any circumstances, use any form of reloading. Reloading is only allowed on light cruisers upward. Advanced hydro systems. Enhanced, yep. Got common. I just realised some of the ships I didn't sort out the shells. That's stuff that can be fixed in rebuilds. Right. Right. I know it can be. Okay, 33 knots. The V1 class is completed, and those are our legacy ships. Now, because it's a 1900 start instead of an 1890s like I did in the past few campaigns, that's why I actually built the legacy ships, because so finance wise we have 855 we're gonna get 4 battleships, 4 armoured cruisers, 6 lights, and then 15 destroyers. "29 ships, that's not the best. It's not the best, but it could be worse. I'm going to order 6 more destroyers. Yeah?
I'm sharing out the sweets now if you're not busy.
Okay, I got a loading screen, so... Okay. So are they just like a thing you chew on?
Yeah, you chew them.
Are they swallowable?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, just usually chewing stuff that, like, gone, they're not swallowable, but that's why I asked. No! Mark II 12-inch, yes. Please. We're 60 months away from new Dreadnoughts. Now less than that, but... Okay. All our finances look in order for right now. This is going a lot better than China. We're in great positive budgets within the first few turns. Not desperately looking for money in every single avenue. Well, even when China got big, we weren't until we were still desperate for money in loads of places until was until the last episode, really. of that series when it kind of got boring because of, well, everyone was by that point was gone. Well, almost everyone, or who I had left, weren't so much of a threat. This campaign, it might not have any particular challenges to it. Okay, there is a rule I'm going to put in though, because historically the Germans loved using the 11-inch guns. Every single battleship and battlecruiser I build must have an 11-inch gun armed variant of it. That's simple. That's simple. Something that gives a little interest to this as well. So we do these large super battleships with 20.9-inch guns, basically 21-inch guns, and then we just copy paste it and give it the measly little 11-inch guns that don't look too good, but well, they look tiny on the ship. But again, that'd be an interesting. Okay. Oh god, there goes our positive. All the positive budget I was praising. And well, yeah, we kind of ruined it with the fact that we sent a naval squadron out somewhere. Okay, yeah, the fleet's capable. Although we ain't capable, we're capable. Okay, what's our international relationship status? Hello there, Mr. British Empire. Yes, we are here to talk about the potential of not going to war, also known as peace. Because going to war with you, we know how that's going to end. Some evil man with a mustache is going to be in charge. We don't want that. We don't want that because that ends the campaign. We as an Admiral are fine under the Weimar Constitution, we're fine under the Kaiser. But if we are forced under the Mad Mustache Man, nah, that's a step too far. Mechanical armor forging in 2 turns. So those last destroyers that were being built are now built. They're commissioning now. We have the Mark II 12-inch, but we're not actually going to use that until we get our Dreadnoughts. Which I'm not getting the Dreadnoughts until we get the Krupp armor, which is the armor tech we're currently researching into. Like, that's the thing I've done now with starting in 1900 is that, unlike in the Chinese playthrough, we're not so reliant on pre-dreadnoughts for as long. If you get my point. Cruiser-wise, we're still going to be in the pre-dreadnought age. Yeah, I'll admit that openly, but in terms of our capital ships, we don't really have to worry about needing to replace numbers. We only just have to consider current things, really. Mark II 8-inch guns are now a thing. Six, 13 and 23 turns on loads of things there. And we're able to max out our sliders now, and now that we have our sliders maxed out already, and we're on positives, I'm going to start putting more and more of the fleet back into being, because it keeps our training up. I'm mostly going to focus on the cruisers first, because and maybe bring in a couple more of those destroyers. Up to V10 will go into being. the economy goes up, so does the positive budget and budget we get in general. The amount that is gained per turn will sort of plateau once our transport fleet gets to 200%. But at least for now we're making money. And it's better to make money than to lose money. Okay, we active. I'm gonna active fleet everyone now. Full active fleet everyone that is. We can do that, and we still have a positive budget. That's great. In June, I will use that new destroyer hull we got. Because I think by then as well, our new multiple steam expansion engines should be available. Argentina and Bulgaria have signed agreements. Okay. Force draft boilers. There's been a failure to gain Venezuela from the British. Goes Gulf Coast, multiple steam expansion 2. Six and 15 for Dreadnoughts and armor. It's with the new engine tech available that we are going to make our next large torpedo boat. Last one was 700, this one is 900. 900 tonner. It's still open topped, but just multiple steam expansion. Still 33 knots. Essentially a larger rerun with an extra torpedoes. Base, Harvey, and all that stuff's set. Good. This one is what I said it wasn't going to. I wasn't going to do initially, but this one's going to be a tad bit more representative of a somewhat standardized destroyer design. Destroyer design pre mid-World War One-ish. With like the tower up here and no superimposed guns on board and stuff like that. And this thing ain't even gonna have a speck of armor on board. The V-22s are essentially you're torpedoing and running, or you're dead. Or you're dead in any sense. If you torpedo or not, you're dead. For that fact that they are literal death traps, I'm only going to build up to V-29 under this design, and we ain't ever going to speak of the design further. Capiche? Alright. So, roughly by 1902, we can begin work on our first Dreadnought. And then once our first Dreadnought is out, we can then start seeing about going to war with other nations. Navy has nothing to do with that. The Netherlands has decided to ally with us and wants one of our Scharnhorst class vessels. We shall happily provide you with one of the Scharnhorst class. You'll be the battleship Java, and you will be going over to the Dutch once you finish your construction. And I think that the Java is going to be the last I'm going to confidently say she's going to be the last pre-Dreadnought we build. Russia and Japan are at war. Vanuatu has caused us problems. Do we have a... We have a ship we can send. Yay. I guess. You guys head over there from Tsingtao and make sure they regret their decisions. Yeah, we cannot cause a diplomatic incident with the British. We'll cause a diplomatic issue with the Austro-Hungarians. Like, yeah, I'll be happy to go to war with the Austro-Hungarians. I think we'd have the better army logic. We can just sit back and relax and let the army do the work. You're in the army now. Whoa, whoa, you're in the army now. Yeah. We could let the army do all the work for us and we not even touch a thing to do the Austro-Hungarians with the navy, but all that is certain is I want war with Austro-Hungary, and the Americans have got Dreadnought hull tech already. Screw you! Oh, one thing I do want to see in this campaign is if the Americans actually financially survive in this world. Because in the Chinese campaign, they did not get their economy ever taking off, and they eventually lost their mainland to me as China. Now, I do need to at some point just go through shared designs and add a load of stuff to shared designs, which I think will include my attempts of remaking ships from previous campaigns. Like, I've got, from previous campaigns, I've got multiple vessels that I want to try and recreate. Like, one that we always recreate in when we do the Brits is the Sir Elton John design. That one's like a design cemented in this channel's lore whenever we play as the British. And that's a Mad Admiral design. We then for China as well have like what the Sino design was, with the superimposed, the free forward superimposed main turrets, before we ever got a hull that could actually do that in game properly. Okay, looks like we ain't gonna get Crook for our first battleship. That's just an our first Dreadnought, sorry. That's just an unfortunate fact of the game that we're gonna have to deal with. So, the Scharnhorsts were 15,000 tons. These guys go at minimum to maximum of 19,500. Yeah, we're gonna go 19,000 tons. That to me seems a decent tonnage for the first. For the first Dreadnought, we go triple funnel design like so. Centerline 12-inch. Wait, no, 11s. This is the smaller battleship hull first off, so 11 inches fine. And then secondary guns. Sort that centerline wise out because someone with OCD is going to complain. Yes, that was a big avocado. Now, this design, I'm not going to use casemate guns. I'm going to see if I can actually get away with most of this campaign not using casemate guns because in the end, casemate guns, they're not really as efficient as actually having surface mounted turrets like we do here. But it just also saves a bit of weight and having to model in later proper modernizations with removing those casemates. Keep max HE. 17 knots is fine for now. I can change that later when we get oil and turbines. So yeah, this is the Von Tirpitz because it's Admiral Von Tirpitz was the guy who guy this ship's named after, so let's have it as the Von Tirpitz, not just Tirpitz. So yes, the Admiral Von Tirpitz class of ships shall complement the Scharnhorst class pre-dreadnoughts and form the backbone of our dreadnought fleet. Now we're not under restrictions like China with the amount we could build. In terms of cost-wise, under restrictions, by the way. We are under restrictions in tonnage of dockyards, but I'm sure we can get six of them per class. Right, we gained Vanuatu, that's good. Now you guys need to go back to Tsingtao. go back to St. Pao, and then yeah, we just wait around for new techs, a war, or new techs, a war, or the Dreadnoughts being completed. We do need to add to our build dock yards. Again, we'll need to restart that next in January, but other than that, I foresee it smooth sailing until we complete the first Dreadnoughts, and then we'll go for the larger Dreadnought hull. The British Empire, we ask for improved relations, please. I'm gonna have gun loadout focused because for the second Dreadnought, I want ABXY. If I can possibly get that, and to get that, I need 4 centerline guns and 2 superimposed mounts available. Misa don't have that. Misa only has 3 centerline guns and 1 superimposed mount available. And none of the current Dreadnought hulls have a quarterdeck or a tower that already has a barbette built into, unlike the later ones, and so we are stuck waiting. Still stuck waiting. So am I, still waiting for this world to stop hating. Can't find a good reason, can't find hope to believe in. Okay, yep. With our deficit, we should go into positives before we need to sacrifice anything budget-wise. We got Light Cruiser 4 now, which I think we could actually build a couple of them and not overdo our dockyards. Yeah, we might do a few Light Cruisers on Light Cruiser 4 then. Just finish off our requirements to add to our light cruiser capabilities. Yeah, Light Cruiser 4 is essentially an updated Light Cruiser 3, and we don't actually have the... Do we have the stuff that we can make it a bigger length? Okay. 7999 7999 7999. That's the best deal you're getting on this ship. Nah, I'll wait till larger. I'll wait till we can actually get a larger hull size without having to min beam, min draw, and then choose the system to. I think there's room for 2 more Von Tirpitzes, so I'm going to actually do that. 2 more Admiral Von Tirpitz designs. Okay. Well, we got an overall GDP positive off of that. We don't need that as massive as it was anymore. We finished building a ship for the Netherlands. ETA torpedo tubes and more. The new Krupp this next turn, that is awesome. That is awesome. We have Krupp now. We can actually build stuff that doesn't die on us straight away. Jokes aside, Barbette anti-blast free. Okay. Time to do our daily telegram send of the chorus of certain song from by this band called Ailstorm. Just type in Ailstorm Anchor, you'll find the song I'm talking about. But Yeah, just send a telegram with the chorus of that song. In it, and it'll be fine. Okay, there's going to be 9 Von Tirpitz class, and one of them is going to the Netherlands. This one shall be the Rotterdam. So Java and Rotterdam are 2 battleships that were ordered at 2 separate times by the Dutch Navy from the Germans. One was a custom version of the Scharnhorst class pre-dreadnoughts. The other was just a normal bog standard Von Tirpitz class ship. 950-ton destroyers. Denmark's gone to Italy. Okay. Britain! Good news! We like you better than, well, Austria-Hungary. We once the war with the Austria-Hungary. Yeah. Yeah, we once the war with the Austria-Hungary. Free your soldiers into positions once there is no escape, and they will prefer death to flight. You know what I missed out on, everyone? I missed out on the perfect opportunity during the Chinese campaign to just continuously quote The Art of War. Because for those of you who are unaware, the book The Art of War was originally written in Chinese, in China. That would have been so great to have milled down all the quotes from that I know from that book. Although that probably would have annoyed everyone who decides to watch it. Yeah. Thousands of feet march to the beat. It's an army on the march. Long way from home, pay the price in your man's lies. Thousands of feet march to the beat. It's an army in despair. Okay, you get 2 dreadnoughts then, Amsterdam and the Rotterdam then. you've had enough of the Von Tirpitz class, okay? You've got enough. You're probably going to be the for a while, the most heavily armed minor nation with your 2 Dreadnoughts. Which I find hilarious. I'm gonna go put the kettle on if this building ship's going to take forever. Of course, as soon as I get up to go and put the kettle on and get a cup of tea. Okay, we are attacking a place in there. Hey, Hungary of Austria, we hate you. What did we just get now? Okay, 4 centerline guns should be roughly next. Okay. Yeah, Empire of Japan. Improved relations there. Next town there. people of France and Italy have all had a teeny tiny bit of negative relations with each other. It's not as bad as the turnaround of relations between us and the Austro-Hungarians. It could be worse than that. But don't quote me on that, please. Do we already have 4 centerline mounts? There's only one way to find out. Time to build the second Dreadnoughts. No, we don't. So we're getting 5 centerline guns in 9 months. And we completely skipped 4. Okay. Q turret gang rejoice. I guess. Like, one thing I've just sort of considered during the campaign so far, the Germans have, I think, been one of the few nations that hadn't gotten screwed over by new turret models. Like, that's a statement that is annoyingly true. They're one of the few nations that hasn't been completely screwed over with turret model changes, because the German turret models weren't changed at all. And believe it or not, I'm running it, or trying to run, a Germany that's more toward the Allies in the sense of wars and stuff. We're more focusing on good relations with the Allied nations. The Triple Entente, I think. Like, the Triple Entente's going to be us, Britain, France, instead of Britain, France, and Italy, I think. That's what the Triple Entente was. Hold on a second. I'll give myself another loading screen. I'll give us another loading screen just so that we can actually. I can actually go and look that up. Oh, it was Great Britain, France, and Russia. Okay. Well, it's going to be us instead of Russia. But yeah, it's Russia, not Italy. Oh yeah, Italy was sort of a later addition because of they did the Italian thing of, oh, this isn't going well. We'll join you instead. Just, it's the same with the French and their baguettes. They're saying, we surrender. Do not harm our baguettes. That's my line at the running joke of France always surrendering. The old tactics of the 20th century. That is good. Might I have to start reversing my relations with the Russians? No, not yet. Not yet. They're still hungry. I can actually invade off of the Austria part of it. I can still invade from there. Still invade into there. So there's still a chance that I would still want this war. Still want war with Austria-Hungary. So I'm going to continue sending any and all forms of violence towards them. 5 cents line guns in 3 turns. Well, if we're getting 5 cents line guns, we're gonna run a Q turret. Yeah, there's no question about it. Q turret. Q turret. We've been for so long in these campaigns have we been robbed of our favourite Q turret that we must have a Q turret on our next battleship, no matter what. So Rotterdam and Amsterdam are still being built. And then once they're done, we have a clean state of shipyards, which I already know what my percentage of the clean slate is going to be used for, and oh bother, wait, no, we're still in the ship buildings, the dockyard buildings from 1902, started in 1902, yeah. Well, we've got the budget to bloody hell build them, so build our next vessels. We'll start in January, because January we have the most dockyard availability that we will have, that's getting those ships out in a decent time. So yeah, the Netherlands have got Rotterdam, and we will begin our next class of battleships with the all-powerful, the almighty Q turret. That we so annoyingly got robbed of a lot in the past. So yes, new design. We're not at the point yet where we do need to rebuild anyone. Now, we have 5 Sentinel guns available. They're all going to be 11-inch guns because, yeah, 11-inch is our caliber. Stop going bright yellow, you. Thank you. Oh, merde. Wait, no, with the Germans. Scheiße. We fit everything there, just barely. Okay, now we need our 4-inch guns using the other stipulations I put in of no casemate guns. Make the ship wider, because I want to make sure that we can still use the 4 twin secondary layout that we had with had in the Von Tirpitz. Those of you are now going to say, well, why didn't you just use casemates? Well, I don't want to use them because I being completely honest, find casemates to be very inefficient for their weight and space they take up and whatnot like that. Let's go with a standard superimposed barbette. I find them a little easy to use. But the no, normally it's that'll do. That'll do. But yeah, I'm also going to replace the forward one with a standard. Because the standard as well comes with a better fact of life that it doesn't that easily flash fire. Now Westfalen isn't going to be known as Westfalen, it's going to be this one is the von Bismarck class. Note, it's not Bismarck, it's von Bismarck. So, before you say, oh, but that's not powerful enough to use the name Bismarck. Also do remember there was the first Bismarck, which was a armoured cruiser that used the bloody name as well. Most of you saying that. You know what? Screw trying to get that extra secondary in. Some stuff is what this was going to need to be sacrificed anyway because of my want of the Q turret, so that's going to be part of our sacrifice. Gun cotton ballistite. Points are there. Now, 12-inch main belt with force 2. Guarding tower is going to be 6, 2, 2. Okay, 10 I guess, 10. 4. 2 and 2, that's my standard secondary gun setup. Okay, many bulkheads and notch range. And just one added notch range. This is the von Bismarck completed. And then I'll need to find some other von famous German people with the von surname that I could use. So yes, 8 von Bismarcks get laid down, just as we laid down 8 von Tirpitzes. And I can let the money just go right now because we at negative 17 million a turn, but having 1.377 billion. Yeah, we can last, even if we don't go to positive again, we can last on this budget until the von Bismarcks are built. I forgot to build the dockyards. Oh god, I'm an idiot. No, I can sort it out. Don't worry. Don't worry, I am an expert at sorting out my mistakes. In games. I will add in games because in other places, not so much. Wasn't anything important. I thought was that something had happened that made me thought that one of my things, my instruments had broken, but no, it didn't. Okay, it looks like that we ain't going to be able to get a war with Austria-Hungary. Let's start the warpath against the Russians. The Austro-Hungarians probably do want to sue for peace if they have any hope in making it past 1910. Refuse to comply. Our fleets need to freely move anywhere and everywhere. Ew, there goes Austria-Hungary, I guess. Woo-hoo? Also, Russia, you idiots! We were supposed to go to war with them and take Austria. Take Austria, find a certain young man with a funny little moustache and make sure that he does not survive past 1910. Oh well. Looks like the Russians are going to get Galicia regardless of any of anything. Picric acid 2 and two more turns for better armor forging stuff. Okay. say no. We do need to reduce our unrest levels. Especially considering the fact we do want to keep the Netherlands on side. Netherlands wants a couple of Schwabbles. I can happily supply you with a couple of Schwabble class vessels. Okay, so it seems most things have gone peaceful now. Well, I think they are peaceful because the nation everyone picked on financially collapsed. And it's actually left more than enough space for me to go, oh hey, I'm building all these battleships and there's no naval treaties to stop me. I just keep playing the rest of my own summer. I don't know. I guess it's if on the off chance any of my Instagram viewers follow my other links and for some reason watch this video up to this point, yeah, it shows I don't actually hate Deftones music. I just hate it because of it kept on getting requested all the time. Oh, we need more time. Not more money, more time. Money-wise, we're fine. Okay. Netherlands wants a von Bismarck. Okay, we will give you one singular von Bismarck. And this one will be I want something Dutch I can name it after. Dutch. There we go. And it would be 14 months apart from my other vessels. I'll give them another von Bismarck, because, yeah, we have a sort of a deal building too for them, and so up there getting a De Ruyter. Just not as a light cruiser. De Ruyter is a von Bismarck class battleship, and yes, we are going to have to temporarily. You know what? No, there's going to be no temporary suspensions on any of our vessels. We are building both. Right, 1. That bit ain't priority anymore. They get heavy cruise in 2 turns. That's good because I won't be heavy cruise. Section correctly. Okay, so 2 more turns, and then we'll need 8 to see von Bismarck to come out. That's a song from a band that we're all glad is. Well, most of us are glad it's back. Whereas a lot of people just want to focus on the negative side of it, which the negative side of it coming back is quite a big one. But I'm talking about Linkin Park's reunion. The negative side of it is pretty big with the fact that the singer was, and possibly still is, in a Scientology group, but oh, and another thing as well. But I'm just looking at the positives of Linkin Park are back, and they actually somewhat found a decent way to actually continue on their legacy, although some of the not good stuff is there with the singer they chose, but Could have been worse. It could have been worse. They could have, like, I don't know, announced that the guy from Lost Prophets was with them. See, look at positives. Could be worse. Right, so we got the larger heavy cruisers, we got the von Bismarcks out, so it's now time. Well, we got the larger size of them, we don't have the new hull, we're still stuck with the hull Form 3, but... we're still stuck with hull 3, but... A lot of things here are so better. Say things here are better, and then I go and cheap out with the main tower. Nah, we ain't cheaping out. We ain't cheaping out, because cheaping out is only going to mean sacrifices in the future for upgrades. So the last class to use 9s, this class is going to use 11s. What we are essentially making here is a proto Panzerschiff. Well done. Well done us. We have channeled our inner Versailles breaking, and so it's gonna keep the same forward funnel layout. $19 knots was the speed, so the same 19 knots top speed. Induced boilers as again, induced boilers lighter than naturally aspirating, even if that's wrong and naturally aspirating should be lighter. It's lighter than naturally aspirating boilers, so go on, I guess. Now, I don't want to keep ballastite for long. I want to go to cordite as soon as we cordite, because A, I'm used to cordite, but B, I found that ballastite is actually more explosive than cordite. Free. 1, 5. 1, 5. 1, 5. 6, 2, 1. 11. 3. No armors on the 3.1s. Alright, No, engine techs have gotten to the point where we can actually, and so will actually, just use 2 funnels. Yeah, we do have less 3.1-inch guns on board, but that's our sacrifice for the 11-inch gun to be fitted on board our glorious ship, the Coronel class, which I'm just going to unceremoniously lay down 10 of them and move on. What do you mean the Navy's top heavy? We're fine. It's fine, see? Only just 20 battleships for 29 destroyers, 4 armoured crew. Well, we got 10 more armoured cruisers being built. See, we're not top heavy. We're top heavy. We're really top heavy. And also, we are at the limit I have set myself for these Dreadnought streams because these are going to go to YouTube. Believe it or not, it's Twitch viewers. These have got to go to YouTube, and YouTube viewers probably do not like many hour-long vlogs, and they probably just want VODs. Sorry, not vlogs, VODs, and they probably want at most like 2 hours or something. So yeah. That's going to be the end of the stream. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you again. Science Got Talent.